Hey everyone, it's Jenny at goinggear.com and I have the MH25 NiteCore LED flashlight here. As you can see, here's the packaging for it. It has a max lumens of 860 and it uses an XMLU2 LED light, and then just some other information which I'll go into in a second. This is a rechargeable flashlight, so this is going to be a great choice for someone who doesn't want to keep buying batteries, as well as enjoys the idea of recharging them and has the adaptability to recharge it quickly and just has that option. So the packaging includes a holster. Also, it does have the pocket clip that you can snap on and off, as well as a lanyard and some spare O-rings, and then also a spare tail switch right there, if I can get it to show. And then also the actual USB cable for it to be recharged. And it does include a rechargeable 18650. And then you also have your tactical ring, which you can put on if you want. Now, a reminder with getting this light, it does include the USB port, but it does not include the adapter of which you would plug it into the wall with. But usually if you have a smartphone, you already have what you need and this will be compatible with it. So most people should be okay, not worry about if they have a USB port to actually charge it through. So the flashlight itself, like I said, is a rechargeable flashlight. It uses one 18650, a rechargeable 18650, which it does include. Let me just screw up the head here for you real quick. And this is the only type of battery you should try and recharge in it, because it does use two CR123s, but do not try and recharge them within this light. Only charge 18650s, whether it be the included one or if you have a spare rechargeable 18650, then you can recharge that. But do not try to do CR123 rechargeables, and definitely not CR123s that are not meant to be rechargeables, of course. So the basics just about the flashlight, it's just under 6 inches long. You have some knurling on the body. It's just an aluminum body, standard. It has the standard waterproofing to it. You have the tail switch here. You click it down to turn it on. You hear the click again when you click it, and it turns it off. So simple and easy. Also, you can depress it and you have instant light without maintaining the beam. So the head has a nice stainless steel bezel on it, and then there's the orange peel, as you can see, for the reflector. And it has a nice smooth reflector for throwing the beam, so you can get a little bit further on it. And then your LED light, your XML right there. So really great too about this flashlight, it does have two different modes. You have a user defined mode as well as a turbo mode. As a lot of the flashlights are, if the head's tightened completely, you click it down and you're going to go into turbo mode immediately, which is 850 lumens. So right to immediate, and also depressing it gets you straight to it. And also for user defined mode, you just slowly loosen the head some, which you have this nice bar here that if you're holding it, you're going to be easy to use just one hand to turn it to change in between. But we'll loosen it a little bit, and you can slowly depress down depending on where you want to stop as far as your modes. And depending on whatever you click on, say if you stop on strobe, it does memorize that. Then you can tighten the head all the way up, you go back to turbo, and then you can go to your strobe once you loosen the head just a hair. So now you've defined two different modes for your flashlight, depending on what you're using it for and what tactical purpose you might be using it for, even if it's just around the house. So really easy to use, simple interface. You're not going to have much problems figuring it out. You also have your tail stand on it, so it's going to act as a candle if need be. And just a handy, very easy to use flashlight. The body is a little bit wider, so it's designed for a variety of types of gripping, depending if you have your tactical ring on it, and just different positions for tactical purposes. Also, which let me remind you, to charge it, and I'll show this show you how it works, but all you have to do is screw down this piece here, and you have your input right there for your USB to recharge it. And let me just show you the light and how it works while it's recharging. So there's the flashing light. That lets you know that it is not charging yet. And what you have to do is basically click the bottom and it'll stop doing it, and it'll do a regular just blink, and that way you know it's charging. As you can see, I'm just using a regular wall USB output to charge it. And really handy, quick, easy to use. Also, as you can see on the head, between the head and the body itself, you do have two different options. You can screw this part off if you need be, especially when you're adding the tactical ring. But when you're removing it, you'll notice that the threads are not anodized, and that does help with the connectivity between the battery and the head itself, giving you that user-friendly or user-defined option as well as the turbo option by just the twist of the head. So why don't I take this outside and let you check it out. And also, if you have a depleted 18650, when you do charge this, it's going to take about 6 hours to fully charge it. But depending on, like I said, it depends on how much your battery needs to be charged. It is supposed to charge rapidly, so it's going to be really handy, like I said, depending on where you're at or not. So, how about I take this outside and let you check it out. So I'm outside with the MH25, and I've got it on its turbo mode, as you can see here, and I'm trying to give you kind of an idea of the nice ring that the spread has in the light, so you can see how crisp it is. And as you can see it right, I can get my finger in there, right there. It's got a nice line for it. And as you can see this tree, as I've said in my other videos, about 25 feet. And then we're going to just kind of point it over. Let me just turn the camera some for you, just so you can see the spread of the light as well as distance on it. And, you know, for pretty far on high, let me zoom in here. You're getting pretty good detail and a great spread. Now you get really bright with the hot spots, you can see there, especially the closer we are with it. So really bright here, then nice dispersion out, and then to a nice ring. We can get that ring to show real quick. I'm just going to click it off, and I'm going to go through the modes for you. And I'm actually going to loosen the head some so we can show you the difference. And like I said earlier, when you're going through the different modes, you just barely depress the click, or the tail button, tail click, should I say, and then it will go through each mode, your low, medium, high, your strobe, and then also your SOS. Now, like I said before, we'll click it, select the strobe, and then that memorizes it. So when I go to turn the head all the way tight, and I turn it on, loosen the head, I now have strobe, and it memorizes what I last had it saved in. So depending on how you plan on using this flashlight, tactical wise, you have that option to set a user-friendly mode, and really easy to use, quick and simple. You saw how quick I did that. It only took me a second and I already had it set up. So I'm going to set it to a different mode. So we'll set it to a low mode. Well, that was SOS. And then we'll click back. So now I'm on the lowest mode it has. And you have a really bright spot right there. But as you can see, the bleed out isn't as prominent. But now I'll turn the head to it, and you can see I went straight to turbo, turn it again, and I'm back to low. So great handy flashlight. Like I said, best part about this flashlight is it's rechargeable and just really easy to use interface. And I'm Jenny with goinggear.com, and you can find it along with other products at goinggear.com.